That out. Hello, everybody. This is Behind the Steam, and today we have a very special segment. Today we'll be highlighting the women in our organization because this month, in the month of March, is Women's History Month. And so today we have the gorgeous Tiara Michelle, and today we'll be interviewing her. Tiara Michelle is a student at Carnegie Mellon, where she majors in business, and today we'll be more focusing on who she is, what she does, and what does Women History Month mean to her. So, hello, Tiara. Welcome to the show.
Hello,
All right, cool. Are
the
you ready?
show. Thank you.
Is this the show? This is the Behind the Scenes special segment show. So we'll get straight into it. So, Tiara, tell us about yourself.
Sure. My name is Tiara. I am a senior at Carnegie Mellon University. I study business administration, but I have a minor in innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm passionate about engineering and business, and this had led me to accepting my offer at Amazon, where I'll be working in operations finance. As you guys know, Amazon is like the fastest growing technological company in the world. So I'm really excited to step foot in that industry. Outside of that, I love giving back and participating in different volunteer activities, which is why I am the secretary for Behind the Steam, and I'm also a volunteer for Safe Worldwide, which is an organization dedicated to saving animals facing extinction, hence SAFE. Yeah, and outside of that, I love performing arts and dance and many more things. But that's a bit about me.
And what? And then second question is there anybody that inspires you or motivates you?
Yeah. Well, there's a million women that inspire me. But what motivates me as a woman, I think that was the first question. I think what I love most about being a woman is our resilience and our ability to lead and to nurture. I feel like those are like rare skills to have that sometimes men lack. Now, I'm not going to generalize and say all men can't do this because there are definitely some. But overall, women were made to nurture and to love, but to also help and support and lead and orchestrate so many different things. And all of the women in my life exhibit those qualities. And the woman that inspires me the most is my mom. I've watched her leave the corporate world and start a business and still manage the family household, with the support of my dad. Well, they support one another, but the strength that my mom exhibits every day and the ability to be a mother and a businesswoman, to have properties with real estate and do so many more things. She wears a million hats. And that's kind of similar for like all the women in my family. And that's something I aspire to do as well.
Okay, okay, okay. So you said that your mom has inspired you. So what is something that I guess you see within like that the person that inspires you that you can say that hey, this is something I resonate with and something that I can take with me and make something out of it. Like what about your mom kind of resonates with you?
Yeah. I think what resonates most with me is she's not defined by any like box or like limits. There's always, you can't do this, or so many doors that appear to be closed, but she always finds a way to open them. When I was younger, I never honestly believed that something was impossible because of my mom. Like if a teacher said, "Oh, you can't do this," and I'll come home and say, "Oh no, we can't do this. This won't work," and she'd be like, "It's done. Don't worry about it." And the next day, it was done. And that's with everything. She always kind of provided provision, and she always told me that, where God wants you to be, where God, guides you to go, there will be provision, and it will happen. In her faith and her ability to do that and keep her strength up for her entire family, despite the no's or the obstacles or anything that was in her way, she was always able to do that. So watching her kind of like do everything that she kind of wanted to do, from becoming a mother to running her own business and everything else in between. She never let anyone in their small minded box stop her. And that resonates with me. And I've seen that in so many other women, like some of my favorites, like Eartha Kitt, Josephine Baker, um, Sojourner Truth. I have a lot. Phyllis Wheatley that I look up to, and they've always done what seemed to be impossible, but they didn't let other people define their destiny.
Okay. And earlier you had mentioned obstacles. Is there anything that you had to face as a woman in terms of your obstacles,
Oh,
or
of
anything that
course. well, as a woman, as an African American woman, that's like the double whammy. Um, and I attend Carnegie Mellon, as I said before, which is a research university. It's a PWI and it's located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and outside of high school, I went to predominantly Black schools, and I'm from a pretty Black suburban neighborhood. So it was like a huge culture shock. And I always had to kind of like live up to certain expectations that other people had for me. And it's extremely frustrating when people are always second guessing you. And then when you study business and you're always working with people and you still have to appeal to them, regardless of your personal feelings toward them or the things that you hear them say. Um, it has been really difficult, but what I've always taught myself is like my work will prove itself, my abilities will always prove itself. So even though I'd had people doubt me and not want to necessarily work with me and say negative things about me, like now I don't really worry about that because my work, shows for itself and where I end up and the things that I do, it has always proven that I'm capable regardless of what they had to say. So yeah.
And I've known you for a while, and I've seen your work ethic. You're really intelligent, and I do
Thank
believe that
you.
your work speaks for itself. Um, so, as a woman, and you, what is something that you would tell to younger women underneath you that may be a couple years younger than you, or what would you tell to like little girls who aspire to have a role model or somebody to look up to um, as they progress through life?
Yeah. I think one of the greatest pieces of advice that my mom and my grandma gave me is that, you're not in a race looking left and right, if that means like you're not looking at your competitors. You're always measuring your growth and yourself by looking up and down. So it's like where you were yesterday and where you're going today. And that's all you have to be concerned about. Unfortunately for women, it's so many different things to always kind of like live up to, from the physical aesthetic, features to your intellectual capability and your ability to have this kind of mother nature like, and also to be to be able to support your family financially. It's so many different things that people are always competing with when it comes to women, and I'm pretty sure men kind of feel the same way in a lot of areas. But what I noticed throughout school when I was younger, someone was always competing with me, like whether it was in school in an academic setting, like some of my closest friends, I was like, you couldn't really be too close because someone was always trying to one up you. Or if it was for a guy, and you immaturely wanted to look better than me and tried to make me look worse or anything like that. So many people are always so concerned about what someone else is doing. And I feel like that's like so predominant in like the women community, like the different arguments and things that occur that are so catty. And I would say, like, what's for you is for you. If the guy is for you, if the position is for you, if the grade is for you, it will be for you. So don't look left and right, but just focus on yourself and where you were yesterday and where you're going tomorrow.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Where do you see women in the next 10 or 20 years from now?
Great question. In short, to be very honest, I don't know, but I hope to see um, a more equitable workplace and just country to live in. I expect it to be, but it's kind of hard to predict the future when so many things of like that are unexpected continue to happen. But what I will say that it seems to be on the up and up, at least in the business world, there seems to be way more diversity and way more representation in different positions. And that is something to look forward to. There's other industries that need a lot of work, a lot of STEM fields, and I will try to break a lot of barriers with that. But overall, like from when I was younger and to where I am now, and like the different conferences and things that I've attended in the past, and like the different people that hold a lot of these high positions, I do see more women, I do see more people of color, and that does make me feel like there is a fighting chance that there will be more representation reflected in some of those positions that make those huge decisions that determine a lot for our race and my gender. So I am looking forward to a more equitable workplace. I look forward to working towards that with a lot of other women and feminists that are also advocating for more women's rights. But in short, I don't know, but that's what I hope for.
Hey man, that's a good answer. I hope for that too. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I only have one more question for you. It's a fun question, all right? All right. Between you ready?
I'm ready.
Between Adele and Whitney Houston, who do you think is the best singer?
So, as you already know, Whitney Houston is my all-time favorite singer. So I believe no other singer comes before her. Her range, her depth, and then she also has a very like light, airy voice when she wants to, and it's very like nice and just soothing and calming. But she can also have a really heavy, strong voice, like we hear and I will always love you, and the greatest love of all, and all the men that I need. I can go on and on and on. But then she has like a sassy voice and like Queen of the Night and I'm your baby tonight. And then she has like she can get into your emotions. Like where do broken hearts go? And then she can also have gospel, like not step by step. I think step by step is considered a gospel song, but I love the Lord. There's so many. She literally can do anything, and she's still even with her passing just had a recent hit when someone sampled. I don't know who Higher Love, but there's just I mean it goes on and on and on. Like I feel like there's a whole bunch of records in the back that we haven't even heard yet,
Mhm.
and I'm looking forward to hearing them. Hopefully, I can find them because Whitney Houston is my all-time favorite, and I don't think anyone comes before her. So I'm sorry, Adele, but I love her too because she has some of my hits that I be screaming to. But
All right, thank you for everybody for joining
yeah,
today. This is a cool segment. It's Women's History Month, and make sure check out Tiara. If you have any more questions, feel free to message Behind the Steam or reach out to Tiara Wicks. Thank you.